Live from the River Street Ale House.
Starting in 3, 2, 1. Access allowed.
Welcome to Mountaineer Talk. Presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the App State Sports Network. Coming up, 60 minutes of Mountaineer football conversation and your chance to hear from head coach Dowell Loggains. Mountaineer Talk is brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. Now, to get things underway, here's the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Mountaineer Talk here on the App State Sports Network. Great to be back on a Wednesday night here at River Street Ale House as we talk more App State football from 6 to 7 p.m. tonight with head coach Dowell Loggains and our player guests. Mountaineers back on the road this Saturday to take on ODU. Noon kick in Norfolk. Game will be televised on ESPNU. Our coverage begins at 10 a.m. Our player guests tonight, we've got Jaden Barnes from the offense and from special teams, and we've got Rondo Porter joining us this evening. If you want to be a part of our show tonight, you can do so in a variety of ways. Use the hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. MountaineerTalk@gmail.com is our email address. 828-278-9850 is the text line. Those of you watching on our video stream, you can leave a comment, and we'll get to your questions for Coach Loggains in the second segment of our show. Coach Loggains' comments tonight brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, Coach, right off the practice field, I'm sure it was a great one today. How are we doing tonight?
Doing good. I actually had to cut some practice to get over here on time. So, I don't know. Some of the players were happy. Some were mad. But I'm like, guys, they're like, Coach, we got more reps. I'm like, I got to go. We had some corrections to make. So, but it was a good, spirited practice. Always good when you can get back on the field after a tough game and just get back to work.
Yeah. How have the spirits been this week? Guys, I mean, it's a good thing if guys want more reps, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The spirits have been good. And you just got to stay focused on the process. You got to understand why you win games. You got to understand why you lose games. And make sure that you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep getting better each week and correct mistakes. Yeah.
I know you say whether it's a win or a loss, it's a long season. You got to be resilient. I mean, we still got a long way to go this season. So what has been the overall messaging that you've tried to get across to everybody this week leading into another big one on the road?
It's just that. It's like you got to learn from wins and losses. And, you know, by this point, you got to close the door on the last game and start moving forward. But if you got to learn from the things you did wrong. You got to continue as coaches to fix mistakes, make sure that we're coaching the things that need to get coached. If it's a personnel issue, you're still looking as you build this thing to make sure you're putting the best 11 out there and see if guys are getting better or worse. And the roster's fluctuating as the season goes as well.
Yeah. How do you balance the physicality of practice, knowing that, hey, we got to be physical so that we can hopefully tackle well when the game comes around, but knowing that, yeah, I mean, guys also have to make sure that they're fresh for the game on Saturday and for the stretch run.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is year one in the NFL of a takeover, you know, and like most time as a new coach, you're not here unless it didn't go great before. So you're full steam ahead. You're go.
Yeah.
And we're too young and banged up to. The good thing for us is we got a bunch of young players playing. We got a bunch of guys that are going to miss some time here just because of injury and those things. That the next man up has to be ready, and then the next man up needs those reps.
Yeah. All right. A couple things I want to ask you about. You know, we talked about the physicality of practice, but you know, one thing that this might be a naive question, but I see things happen on the field. And I remember you mentioned this in a previous show where you said, "Hey, you know." You call maybe more than one play in the huddle for JJ, wherever's at quarterback. And we've seen him at times audible at the line. We see it a lot in college football where you go up to the line and there's a pre-snap read, and then the quarterback looks to the sideline and a call comes in. But you're actually having 2 plays called and then a potential for an audible. I don't know if we see that a lot in college football.
I probably feel about looking back at the sideline to get the call like Coach Gruden feels about a clap cadence. And I don't know if you've ever seen his rants on Twitter.
I have not seen that, no.
Yeah, well, tonight, go look at his Twitter on Barstool and watch what he's talking about with a clap cadence.
Yep.
Like, we want to use a voice-inflicted cadence. I want to give the quarterback 2 plays in line in the huddle to get us in the best play.
Yeah, but that seems rare in college football, is it?
I think it's rare for some places. I don't think if you pop in the SEC and you see some of these guys that have experience in pro football and college football, the Alabama, the Sabins, the Ryan Grubbs, like those guys, they're all giving the quarterback information to give them a chance to be successful. Texas, everyone's doing this to Georgia. We did it to South Carolina, and it's just, look, so a lot of this is about recruiting and selling, and if you want top-level guys, then they're going to want to be developed the right way. And they don't want to be looking to have a coach give them the play. They want you to give them the information. Now, what it requires is you got to coach the quarterback. Like, it's no like, hey, it's playing Madden and like, hey, I'm audible and right here, hit stick, all this other stuff. It's you got to coach him the details of the looks and those things to make sure he's getting you into the right play and he can handle that information. That way the transition is easy for those guys. That's why a guy like Spencer Rattler can go play as a rookie and become a starting quarterback because he's ready to go. He's done all those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you see a lot in the NFL because, I mean, I think everyone's probably seen it. The microphones are so good on the field in the NFL where you hear a quarterback go, kill, 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 and that's the key to go to the next play. So that kind of stuff happens a lot at the next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Offensive line, I know we had some injuries in the game this past Saturday. Regardless of the status of certain people, I won't ask you about that necessarily, but, how are you managing kind of the rotation with the offensive line, knowing that it continues to be kind of a banged-up group?
Yeah, it's a challenge because, I felt like in the first half of last week's game, you score 4 out of your 5 drives. You had 3 drives in a row that are 75 yards plus, and you had complete control of the line of scrimmage. But then all of a sudden you lose two players. And now you're down to, for the season, that's 3 starting offensive linemen that aren't playing in that game, which creates problems, and it's hard. The next man up's got to be ready to play. And we didn't do a good enough job getting those 2 guys that came into play ready. And those guys, it's also personal accountability of, like, when your number's called, you got to be ready because that's what the team needs. And we didn't do a good enough job as a coaching staff last week. We didn't do a good job. Our players didn't do a good enough job getting themselves ready, holding themselves accountable because the thing with football is you don't know when your number's called.
Right.
You don't know, and all of a sudden you're 1 injury away from playing a whole half of football in a conference game where we need you to play well, and we're going to have to be better this week.
Yeah. Do you have to adjust game plan at all if something like that happens in the middle of the game? How do you navigate something like that?
Absolutely. If it's, especially with the offensive line, most positions it doesn't affect that much. It can affect the quarterback a little bit, but the offensive line, and even on defense, it's different. The offensive line, you got to play to their strengths, and you can't ask someone to do something that they're not good at. Some guys are good at inside zone. Some guys are good at power. Some guys are good at outside zone. Some guys need some help on chips, and have a presence next to them in pass protection. So we were fluctuating through the call sheet yet last week and making in-game adjustments to try to help those guys out a little bit more. And, then you get down a little bit and you get in these known passing situations, and our pass protection wasn't good enough in the second half.
Okay. All right, we're just getting started with head coach Dowell Loggains. We will spend some time talking about Saturday's opponent, the ODU Monarchs, in a Sunbelt East Division game on the road at Norfolk, noon kick, televised on ESPNU. But up next, we'll get to your questions for the coach, so go ahead and fire away, Twitter, email, text, and our comment section of our Facebook live stream. First, Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Stay tuned. We will continue with more from River Street Ale House. Come on back for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after these messages.
It's never lost. Your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They are America's most trusted remodeler and the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Hey Mountaineer fans, did you know UNC Health Caldwell proudly serves the High Country by providing services like women's health, primary and urgent care, cancer care, spine care, neurology, and interventional pulmonology? When you or a loved one receives care at UNC Health Caldwell, count on compassionate, patient-centered care from a skilled team of healthcare providers. For more information on healthcare services from Blowing Rock to Hickory, visit caldwellmemorial.org.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly. When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
You're tuned into Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, time to hear more from head coach Dowell Loggains and your host, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here from Ale House as we continue on until 7 o'clock talking App State football with the head coach of the Mountaineers, Dowell Loggains. It's comments brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, time for your questions for the coach. Hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter, mountaineertalk@gmail.com, 828-278-9850 is the text line. All right, to our Facebook live stream, Britt wants to know about what does it really take to build consistency amongst a college football team?
Now, how long is this show? No, it's a really good question. That's what we're all striving for, and it's a great word, is consistency, because you want to be the same team week in, week out. We talk to our players all the time about the value of consistency and being a guy that you, as a coach, we know what you're going to do. We know how you're going to react because you're the same person every day. And so the consistency comes in the hardest time ever to build a roster, a team, because the transfer portal, there's that thing's about to start up, and it already kind of has started. And, people are moving and shaking and calling and doing all this other stuff. And so you want to create consistency with your standards, and you can't lower your standard. In Major League Baseball, the home plate's 17 inches. In Little League Baseball, the home plate is 17 inches, and it's the same 17 inches. And it has to be that way for everyone in the program. And you got to get guys that are good people. It's always going to be about the accumulation of good people and making sure that there's alignment in the vision for the expectation, your alignment in the vision for them, for each other. So it's alignment, it's the getting the right people in there, holding people accountable, and everyone living to the standard.
Okay, good question, Britt. Next question from David. What did the recruits in attendance Saturday think of the game day environment?
Yeah, they were really impressed. And, we can't do this. We're recruiting at a very high level. The players that were on campus, a lot of national attention because of some of the players we had on campus, and good players committed to other places, SEC places. And, so for us to be able to roll out that and show these guys our environment, and it's such a big deal in recruiting guys. And that's why every time we play at home, it's an unbelievable advantage for us. And, to be completely honest, like, the players and coaches are sick about the loss. They're sick. Mm-hmm. The recruits feel exciting game, down to the wire. and they feel the energy of the crowd, and they see that, and they want to play in front of that. That matters. It matters a lot. So it's really important. We're grateful for the support that we have here. There's no other G5 that gets support like we do, and it helps us in recruiting. It helps us that how are we going to fix this program? How are we going to get it back to where we want it to be? It's going to be recruiting. Yeah, it's going to be getting really good players in here and developing the players we have, and that's and every time we have a game day atmosphere like we had last week, it helps.
Yeah. Texter at 828-278-9850 asks about why you've seen such an impact on special teams this year.
Because I think it comes from buy-in, and I think it becomes from our program. We came here in South Carolina, we were good on special teams. It's important. I saw the value in being in the NFL and being other places that special teams can help you win games, and we're going to continue to be aggressive on special teams. We search for different ideas and creative ideas, and it's also you got to get great buy-in from your players, and they start to understand their NFL value. You want to play in the NFL, you got to play on special teams, and you see our freshmen like Juan Burchell. How many special teams plays has he made this year? Yeah. Jaden Barnes, a punt return for a touchdown, and just freshman kicker, and like all these guys are making impacts over there. I love just watching when Cash kicks the ball out of the back of the end zone, and our kickoff team runs down the field and starts getting our band and our crowd worked up and fired up. Like that's energy, which sets the tone for the defense coming out. So our special teams will always be important here. It's something I believe in. I hired a special teams coordinator, Jeff Crosby, from the University of Texas, who learned under Joe DeCamillis, our special teams coordinator at South Carolina. They were together. He's the one who really recommended him to me, interviewed him. It was a 4 or 5 hour interview, and Cross did a great job, and he's doing a great job right now.
Yeah. Special teams has had a huge impact, and Juan Burchell's been involved in a couple of punt returns, one against Boise State, the fake punt this past Saturday against Coastal, and so it's in all the areas of special teams. It's made a big impact, and hope it does so again on Saturday. All right, thank you everyone for your questions. In our next segment, we will get to Saturday's opponent, the ODU Monarchs. But first, we remind you that since 1981, Mountaineer Mania has been Boone's one-stop shop for all your App State gear. Largest selection of tailgating supplies, hats, and one-of-a-kind apparel. Mountaineer Mania has something for everyone. Alumni owned and operated. Make sure your next trip to Boone includes a visit to Mountaineer Mania. We are live from River Street Ale House in Boone, and come on back for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
When you to mind an unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Tired of sitting on the sidelines because of nagging shoulder, hip, knee, or back pain? Let App Ortho get you back in the game. Offering advanced treatment for shoulder, hip, knee, and back pain, App Ortho offers same-day appointments and telehealth visits. App Ortho is also the official sports medicine and orthopedic provider for App State Athletics. Stop sitting on the sidelines and call App Ortho today, 828-386-2663, or visit apprhs.org.
Discover awe-inspiring adventures in Boone, North Carolina. Fly fish in crystal clear streams, zip line through the trees, or carve fresh powder on the slopes. Discover cozy lodging options, charming shops, local entertainment, and a variety of culinary creations in a lively downtown. From high-energy adventures to peaceful getaways, Boone has something for everyone all year round. Can you feel the Blue Ridge Mountains beckoning? If so, come, explore Boone.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here on the App State Sports Network. We're coming to you from River Street Ale House in Boone, and we are talking to head coach Dowell Loggains as the Mountaineers get set to face ODU on Saturday. Old Dominion with a 4-3 overall record, but they're coming off back-to-back losses to Marshall and to JMU. Both those games were on the road, so they're returning for the first time to their home field since they played Coastal Carolina at the beginning of the month. Coach Loggains' comments brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, let's start with just 30,000-foot view. What's the big picture, some of the takeaways when you look at this ODU team and what stands out?
Yeah, obviously it starts with a really good quarterback, and it starts with a group that's been together for a long time. And so when you're watching them, you got to figure out, all right, how do we take away their strength? How do we limit our weaknesses? And when you start with them on offense, their ability to run the football, and they do play it's a Tennessee style of offense. They're gonna be in the wide splits, and the quarterback's a really good player, and he will attract interest from the next level as well in the transfer portal. But I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but that's the truth.
It's out there now.
Yeah, he's accurate. He's faster than you want him to be. He's a good runner, and if you allow him to start getting into a rhythm and be able to run the football and do those things, then all of a sudden you have to bring another guy into the box. And then when you bring another guy in the box, their most talented group of players is their wide receivers, outside the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you've created issues because now there's space. And it was an area for us, we had to emphasize 42 missed tackles last week. That's 50% of our plays we had a missed tackle on, and that can't happen. Now some of that happens because you have multiple missed tackles. And then you go over to defense. And you're talking about another 3-safety defense that does a really good job, a better job of Coastal of creating TFLs and negative plays. So the challenge that way is you got to make sure that you get these plays started. You got to still handle and account for that third safety. And it's another group that has played together for a long time. We opened against them last year, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's funny how many of the same guys they still have and that are still over there. So they've gotten to grow a little bit together, and they're experienced, and they've done a really good job. You can tell the growth of the program, just the job that Coach Ricky's done there, and they're better. They're getting better each week. Obviously, they didn't play their best half of football last week in the second half of that game, but it was a battle going into halftime.
Yeah, it was a one-point game at halftime, and then JMU ran away with it in the second half in Harrisonburg. That's a good overall view of ODU. I want to ask you about something that you mentioned, which is wide splits, and we've seen this before with ODU, which is what's unique about their offense is they'll set those receivers outside the numbers on both sides, and it just stretches your defense so much. What do they try to accomplish by doing that? And what are ways that you can defend against that? Yeah, so
their whole offensive philosophy, like I said, is based out of what the University of Tennessee does, which really goes back to, Kendall Briles and Art Briles, who I was with in Arkansas with Kendall, and the wide splits at Baylor way back, RG3 and Kendall Wright and Josh Gordon and all those guys. And it's about tempo and it's about space. And that's how everyone creates conflict in different ways. They create conflict with tempo and space, which, so it creates a different type of stress on your defense than other people, and you need to play really well up front. And your defensive line needs to be able to handle the box. And when you can play on your terms, and the defensive line can handle the box, and your linebackers are fitting the runs the right way, then you have the advantage if they can move your defensive linemen and create space for themselves in that box. Then all of a sudden you have to bring people in, which now all of a sudden those wide splits, that ball gets popped on the perimeter, and it's about getting them down, tackling them, and you're going to create a lot more one-on-one situations.
Yeah. All right, so you mentioned that outside of the quarterback, the wide receivers really stand out in terms of their talent. Yeah. What makes their wide receiver? Trey Brown, number 2. Yep. Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding, number 7. Those two guys have a bulk of their numbers. What makes their receivers so good?
They can all run.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's space and speed, and that's how they create theirs. They've done a good job identifying guys that can change the game, and all of a sudden they can catch that slant, that one step now that throw up, make one guy miss and be down the sideline quickly.
Yeah, and Trey Brown did that against JMU with a 98-yard touchdown pass.
Yep.
All right, on the defensive side, you mentioned the TFLs. 54 tackles for loss in their 7 games. How do they create so many negative plays?
It's a scheme with good players, and the scheme is what creates that stuff. The 3-safety defense is unique. Now we faced it last week, so we had some time to get used to the scheme. This is a more talented defense than we played last week as far as just personnel. But that it's on top of that, they're going to move the front, they're going to move the line, they're going to be in and out of bear, they're going to be in and out of 3 down, they're going to play with 4 eyes, and they're trying to get that for that third safety, that free hitter, around the line of scrimmage.
What does that mean, a bear front?
That means they're going to cover up both guards and the center.
Okay.
Like all 3 of those guys are going to get covered up, and they base out of a 3 down with that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you mentioned that this team has been playing together a lot. They're experienced. They're very talented. So what do you think this game is going to come down to on Saturday?
It's going to come down to us fixing our issues. We're going to have to tackle a lot better than what we did on defense, and we got to stop the run. If you're looking at us right now, we just gave up 250 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Well, they're going to come in, they're going to test us, and they're going to say, did you fix the things you needed to fix? So what a great challenge for us to prove that our week of practice, we did fix these things. On offense, we have to take care of the football, and we got to score in the red zone. We can't kick field goals. We gave up 2 drives inside the 5-6 yard line last week where it's really, we call them 4-point plays. And those third downs and all of a sudden it's 4th down, and are you kicking a field goal, are you going for it? Well, every time you kick a field goal, you lose 4 points, and we gave 8 points right there. And you look back at those, and you and I looked at that today in my office if we just finish those drives, that's 8 more points on the board, and then you're walking away with a win. Yeah. And so those are things we got to get cleaned up offensively.
Yeah. One more question about their offense and the RPO. Teams that are successful against an RPO offense from the defensive perspective, the teams that are successful at containing that do what well?
Their RPO players play discipline. Mm-hmm. So every defense has an RPO player. And what that means is these overhang players, like, they're disciplined with their eyes, and they don't get their eyes caught in the backfield. They're going to take away the leaky yards once they hand the ball off, but they're not going to come screaming out of the apex, and all of a sudden you get slant thrown by your head. And we've got to be disciplined that way. Georgia State kind of got after us in the second half of that game. That's how those leaky yards came up in the second half of the Georgia State game. After we need to close that one out, but those are the things that you got to be disciplined, and you got to put your eyes in the right spot.
Yeah. All right. Our player guests tonight are going to be Jaden Barnes and Rondo Porter. We've
Rondo's birthday.
It is.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah. Today is his birthday.
Are we going to sing for him?
I think we should. Right?
I think that we got the crowd in the singing.
Is he here? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, when he gets up here, I think we're going to do that.
I think that we got to.
We also got our man Jeffrey's birthday on Friday coming up.
Go. Happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
On Friday.
That's right. Got sporting that new Letterman jacket, too, over the weekend.
He's got his gear's right.
Oh, yeah. Always. His gear is always right.
Yeah.
Always
does he know right. Shane? Or where's he getting his gear?
He's
got better than mine.
He's got his ways. He's
got his ways. Yeah. Voice of the Mountaineers, help out with that.
All right, what should we know about, other than it's his birthday? This will be our first chance to visit with Rondo, but I know you've known him now for a couple of years because he came over from South Carolina. Yep. So what should we know about young Rondo Porter?
You're talking about a great kid that does things the right way. I'm interested to see how he does tonight, him and Barnesy, because they're not talkative guys. So we're going to see if you can get them out of their shell.
All right.
They're going to sit here and smile.
Okay.
And they both have infectious smiles. When both of them are smiling, you just want to hug them. And they're great players, good kids. We're fortunate to have them. But Rondo's a disruptive player. His brother plays on the team, Ronnie, as well. And, that first game made such an impact on that 4th and 1. He blew it up against Charlotte. And just a dominant force. We need his best this week now.
Yeah.
So we need to remind him when he gets to this chair, like, hey, big guy, we need you.
Okay.
And then, Barnesy is electric. He's got great energy at practice, and it's contagious. And what I love about Barnesy is he is the ultimate cheerleader. He is the first guy to celebrate his teammates with successes, whether it be his backup, another receiver. Some of these guys, they pout when they don't get the ball, or they're jealous of their teammate. I will always worry about him every time something good happens to the team, that he's going to be the guy running down the field and get a penalty. I tell Coach G, I'm like, Coach G, grab Barnesy. Don't let him take off running out. McCantos interception last week. I'm like, oh, please tell me he's not on the hill, crowd surfing or something like that. But we're very fortunate to have both of them. I love both of them, and then they make us better as they're better people. They make us a better locker room, and obviously both of them very talented football players.
Well, we can't wait to visit with both of them. So good to visit with you tonight.
Absolutely.
Go get them on Saturday.
Appreciate you.
Dowell Loggains joining us on the program. We will have our player guest join us after this timeout.
Came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is an App State alumni-owned full-service geotechnical engineering, environmental, construction materials testing, and special inspections consulting firm based in Hickory. Maintaining pace with the latest technology and developments allows us to provide cost-effective services. The high number of returning clients reflect their confidence in our staff and our ability to provide quality results. Visit us at cvet.net to learn more. Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is a proud partner of App State Athletics.
Insurance shouldn't be confusing. At Granite Insurance, we take the time to understand your goals and then design a plan that empowers you to move forward with confidence. As an independent agency partnered with Auto Owners Insurance, we bring trusted coverage and personal service together so you can focus on what matters most. Discover why Granite is different. Visit graniteinsurance.com to get started today. That's graniteinsurance.com.
Let's get nutty with Hampton Farms. There's nothing like the roar of the crowd, the thrill of the play, and the satisfying crack of fresh in-shell peanuts. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Hampton Farms Peanuts keeps your energy high and your taste buds happy. Join the celebration of college football with every delicious crunch, perfect for sharing with friends, tailgating outside the stadium, or cheering on the Mountaineers from your couch. Mountaineer football is here, so grab a bag in the stadium or at your local grocery store in the produce department and savor the game one peanut at a time.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. We want to hear from you as well. Tweet us using the hashtag Mountaineer Talk. Now, let's head back to your host, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Glad you're with us on another Wednesday night here at River Street Ale House. And while we know you're enjoying your time here, make sure you check out Town Tavern Blowing Rock for a great dining experience. They're open for lunch, dinner, and later have 19 flat-screen TVs to catch the games. They also boast the largest outdoor dining area in the High Country. So make sure you stop by Town Tavern Blowing Rock on your next trip to the High Country. All right, everyone, give it up for our player guest making his first appearance on the show after some explosive moments on Saturday and really all year long. Jaden Barnes, let's give it up. How you doing, man?
Good.
Welcome to the show. All right, so the challenge is to get you out of your shell a little bit. You're a little shy from what I understand. Not necessarily on the football field, but let's start with an easy one. I would love to just hear you take us through that punt return on Saturday.
First of all, I got to thank the whole punt return team. It wouldn't happen without them. And second, I got to thank Coach Crosby for dialing up a good play call, and then we just go out there and execute it.
How close were you prior to that to busting one?
I've been overdue for one all season. So
okay.
So really just take advantage of that moment and then just going out there doing what I could do.
Yeah. When did you know? I mean, when you're doing that, and when do you know I got a chance at this one?
Every single time.
Every single time?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you dislike fair catches?
100% I dislike them.
So I want to know, at what point do you have to just say you see the ball coming, you're looking at the coverage team coming toward you, and you say, am I going to have to fair catch this one? Like take us through that moment where you say, what's it actually going to take for you to actually wave your arm up into the air? What's it going to take for that to actually happen?
The opposing punt team really has to be really close for me in order to fair catch. If they're not within 10, 15 yards, I'm not fair catching it. I'm catching it and taking it to the crib. You're
taking it to the crib. Yeah, come on. Okay, so you think that's gonna happen on every punt return, but when you started that return against Coastal, when did you know yeah, I'm housing this one.
I caught the ball. I took 2 steps to the right and then looked, and then it just opened. So I'm like, oh, wow. And then so I just took off, and then everything happened from there.
Yeah, and you got some good blocking in front of you. What did you do? How did you celebrate that one on the sidelines?
I was tired. I didn't even celebrate.
You were tired. What's more thrilling, a special teams touchdown or one on offense where you're maybe catching one short and then doing the rest of the work?
I say both for real.
You'll take either one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite moment of the season so far? I mean, I know it didn't come in a win, so maybe it's a little bit, but if you can take the results out of it, is that your favorite moment of the season so far for it, when you've had the ball in your hands?
I'm not going to lie, yes.
All right. When we first started talking about you on this show, Coach Loggains was telling us about your recruiting story. And when you came up here and he said a couple of the coaches would go slide down Miller Hill covered in snow if you would commit. I'd love to hear your perspective on your visit here and when you decided to commit.
Yeah, that story is true. Coach Riley and Coach Yurchek, they slid down the little hill in the back of the end zone. And then after that, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, wow, they're really committed. And then so I committed here.
You did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wanted to slide down that hill?
Nah.
You didn't want to go with them?
Nah, that looked painful in the snow.
I heard they didn't have their shirts on, right? And they were all cut up and everything.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but you said, no, you guys go ahead. I trust you. And and right there that you were like, okay. These guys are really these guys are committed to me, so I'm going to commit to them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So what was the experience like? Give us some of your first impressions when you first got here on campus for real, when you enrolled and then officially became part of the team. What were some of your first impressions?
Coming from a small town, I ain't going to lie, like the mountains and like all the scenery, it like really blew my mind because like I've never lived on top of a mountain, and then like seeing everything, like especially like just the views, the culture here, it was really crazy. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. What was it like? Tell us a little bit about your hometown, where you grew up and where you played high school ball.
I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I played high school ball at Langston Hughes High School.
Okay. What was it like being there at Georgia State and getting in the end zone?
It felt real good because I won my state championship there.
Oh, there you go.
Year. And I scored a touchdown in the same end zone, so it felt good.
What was it like initially in terms of just the opportunities, the offers that you were getting coming out of high school?
It was good, but at the end of the day, you got to go to one school, so I just had to pick one.
Yeah. And then made your way here to App State. What did you notice in terms of the level of play going from high school to then going to Austin P and then coming here? How did it take any adjustment in terms of speed, size, differences in the way the game was played?
Nah, I really just say it's my God-given talent, for real.
It doesn't matter who the opponent is on the other side. You're just going to trust in what you know how to do.
Yes, sir.
I love that. All right, we're visiting with Jaden Barnes. If you have questions for him, go ahead and fire away in our Twitter feed, #Mountaineer Talk, MountaineerTalk@gmail.com. Text line 828-278-9850, and we'll get to your comments in our Facebook live stream as well. We're visiting with Jaden Barnes here at River Street Ale House. Come on back for more of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after this.
Plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers. Mountaineer football is back, which means it's time to fire up those grills and tailgate. The grilling experts at Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy would like to remind you of a few helpful tips when heading out to your cookout this season. Remember that it's okay to bring your own sauces. Always expect the grill master to provide the meat, but bring your own sides and beverages. And last but not least, do not touch the grill. For more grilling tips and to learn more about Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy Tailgater of the Year content, visit us at gbenergy.com.
For over 54 years, Greystone Eye's mission has been to preserve the gift of sight and improve lives one patient at a time. Their highly trained team of 15 board-certified ophthalmologists and optometrists include 8 fellowship-trained subspecialists. They provide the Lincolnton, Hickory, Lenore, and Boone communities with the highest quality eye care possible. So no matter where or how you're viewing the game, Greystone Eye has you covered. Schedule your visit at 828-322-2050 or at greystone.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are coming to you with Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge from River Street Ale House. We're visiting with Jaden Barnes. Rondo Porter scheduled to join us here in just a little bit, but got some questions coming in here for you. What you have a nickname you prefer? I've heard Barnesy. I've heard JB. What do you like to go by?
Yeah, you can just call me JB.
JB. All right, we got some questions here for JB. Let's see. From Mary. Jaden, your punt return was amazing. Before you come out on the field, are you nervous, and what are some things you must do before the game starts? So like any superstitions or traditions that you have, but first we'll start with, do you ever get nervous before a game?
Oh, nah, never. I've been playing football since I was 6, so it's nothing new to me.
Never nervous. Okay. Well, what about some of the things that you have to do before a game begins?
I really just take some time to myself and like isolate myself from the team for like just a little bit, listen to some music and just gather my thoughts.
Any particular artist or song that you have to listen to?
I like NBA Youngboy a lot before a game.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This is for, let's see, Neil. How did it make you feel when the fan reaction, not only running out on the field, but when you score a touchdown, you get in that end zone and you get to hear that fan reaction?
It's amazing. Just knowing the fans are going to show up and show out every game. It's amazing, and I love to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This one. So Brad was asking about, we had Dexter Jackson in the booth with us, new Hall of Famer, knows a thing about punt returns from his playing days. And so he was in the booth when JB took that punt back. So you saw the video of him reacting to it. He knew you were gone pretty early. So what do you know about kind of the legacy that he left here as a punt returner and overall speedster?
From what I've heard from these past couple of days since the punt return, I just heard that he was like explosive, fast, and just he could do it all.
Yeah. How fast can you run a 40?
I say 4.32.
4.32. That was like some Dexter Jackson speed at the height of his, and what got him drafted so high after his final season. So, okay, very good. What are some things that you do outside of football? If you're not out there playing, you're not out there practicing, studying film, whatever it is you do to get ready for a game, what are you enjoying in your downtime?
I really like to sleep, play video games, or I'll just go hang with some teammates and chill with them.
Who are you closest with on the team?
Davion Dozier.
Yeah. Okay. What drew that bond to the two of you guys?
Really just coming in, just trying to build a connection, like with all the receivers to make sure like we all on the same page and make sure we flow at the same time.
What's something that Davion has as a skill set that you're like, yeah, he can do that differently or better than I can? Nothing. He's gonna say nothing.
I can't say that now.
There's nothing that any of these receivers have on you, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. How much have you guys tried to refocus this week? You know, it's I know that Saturday was a tough one to swallow, but you got to get right back out there on Saturday. How do you try to put something behind you like what happened on Saturday? How quickly do you get over something like that?
Real fast, because the most important thing is the next game. So really just taking Monday through Friday, day by day, getting 1% better, and then just preparing for the next game.
Well, we can't wait to see more fireworks from you this year, offense, special teams, and who knows, maybe some other things coming as well this year. So, JB, appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining us. Jaden Barnes joining us on the program. We'll talk to Rondo Porter when our program continues from River Street Ale House after these messages.
Is your tailgate getting boring? Do you need to add some fun back into your food? Look no further than Lowe's Foods. We're here to entertain your appetite with something different for your grill. From our Sausage Works, fresh fried chicken and wings from our chicken kitchen, and local craft beer from our beer den. Stop by our location on East King Street on the way to the game and let us do the prep work for your tailgate. Pick and Prep has homemade salsa and guacamole just like you would make. Lowe's Foods, the hometown grocer, proud to sponsor your hometown team.
More and more Mountaineer fans are choosing to go modern at Modern Ford of Boone. When you buy with Go Modern, you can choose your vehicle, value your trade, pick your payments, apply for credit, even complete your entire purchase online, or just do the parts you want and pick up where you left off at the dealership. Go Modern puts you in control so you can buy where you want, when you want, and how you want. For your next vehicle, go modern. Get started at modernfordofboone.com. Proud supporter of App State Athletics.
It's Appalachian State football season when I becomes we, and we live every day for Saturdays. Well, and a couple of Thursdays. It's when the Rock is the loudest place on planet Earth, and every fan in the high country reaches for delicious Pepsi all season long. Pepsi picks us up so we can tailgate longer and cheer louder. It refreshes so we can always be a winning, a grinning, and a feeling fine. So grab a Pepsi and roll Nears, proud sponsor of App State football.
UNC Health Blue Ridge is known for compassionate, high-quality care. Now, with our new patient tower, we set the standard for growth and innovation. Our 6-story tower in Morganton, North Carolina features advanced critical care rooms, a new emergency department, and a rooftop helipad. You'll see the difference immediately with the same compassionate care you've always trusted. UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward together. Visit uncbr.org/tower to learn more.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, back to River Street Ale House and the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. 15 more minutes in our program. Having a good time here at Mountaineer Talk at River Street Ale House. App State facing ODU on Saturday, another road game as we head to Norfolk for a noon kick with the Monarchs. This segment coming up brought to you by Alumni Hall, the official online store of App State Athletics. Shop the best selection of App State apparel, hats, gear by visiting Alumni Hall on King Street or alumnihall.com. Earn $10 in Hall cash rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, the ultimate Mountaineer shopping destination. All right, everyone, let's give it up for our next player guest. Today is his birthday. Rondo Porter, let's say hello. Now, Coach Loggains said we had to sing to you.
Nah, I don't know why he said that.
You don't know why he said that? What do you think, gang? Should we sing to him? Yeah. Have at it. Let's go. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Is this embarrassing yet?
Yeah.
Rondo, happy birthday to you. Today is big number what for you?
22.
22. Okay. You do anything special today yet?
Nah, this is the most interesting thing I've done today.
Most interesting thing you've done today. All right, let's go. Okay. Well, we got you on the birthday thing here. So let's learn a little bit about what made you decide to come here to App State and follow head coach Dowell Loggains from South Carolina to here. What was it that sealed the deal for you and made this place the right spot for you?
Okay, I think the first day I entered the portal, it was like a Friday, and then we was deciding like what day they wanted me to come on a visit. And then I told Coach Loggains, like, it was like immediately after I hit the portal, Memphis was like, we want him to come on Monday. He was like, wait, you want to come down here tonight? I was like, nah, I don't think I'll be able to do it tonight. And I came on that next day, that Saturday, and I fell in love with it. And I just committed on the spot.
Yeah, that's typically how that goes. People fall in love with this place as soon as they get here, and they commit on. Didn't have any coaches like slide down a snowy hill or anything like it happened with JP or anything.
Oh, no, it was in the summer when I got there.
Yeah, exactly. What's it like playing on the same team as your brother? You got Ronnie Porter here as well. What's that experience like for you?
We've been playing together since we've been like 6 years old, so I'm kind of used to it now. But obviously, it's pretty cool that we get to play together. Like we used to play one-on-one football in the yard, like just me and him. Like we just stay down the hut, run and tackle. And now that we just advanced from that, the middle school, the high school, the playing together in college, that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So you guys are like playing one-on-one, like full-on tackle football in the yard. Any bad injuries from that?
Nah.
What's like the worst thing that's happened? I mean, look, because like I got 2 kids and they're out there playing football, and inevitably one of them comes in crying about something. And so, any experiences like that where someone just got hurt real bad? Because I mean, like you two, I imagine pretty physical when you're going at each other in one-on-one football.
Yeah. So we didn't really have much of a front yard, so it was just like pavement, brick house, and like maybe like 10 or so yards, and like we used to make like markers in the yard. So I'd be like, if I get to like this water pump, then that's the first down. But the water pump was right by the house, so I say down, say hut, and you try to get close as you can to the house so he can't tackle you, but he still like push you into the house.
You're trying to dive and reach the ball out like it's a pylon. I mean, that could go poorly if you you told it.
Shoulder full of brick wall.
What's the relationship like with your brother, though, off the field? I mean, like you said, you've been playing football together since you were kids. But, you know, is it like you guys get along really well? Do you argue a lot, fight a lot? What can you tell us about the relationship you guys have off the field?
I mean, yeah, we get along very well. I don't think we had a fight since like maybe elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, so yeah, we get along like pretty well. I mean, we argue, of course. Like,
sure, yeah.
Yeah, we arguing right now actually about who's gonna wash the dishes when we get home. He sit out there inside the car, but that's probably about it. Like,
who's gonna win that argument?
I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. Like, what? You guys have to like? How do the chores work? So you guys live together then, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's just us two. So
okay.
Like, we don't actually have a chart. We just say like, nah, I remember last time I washed the dishes, but it's never like no way of telling because we only wash the dishes like once a week. So like every time you wash the dishes, it feel like it was just like the last time because it come up so quick.
But there's no chore chart or anything.
Nah.
Who's making most of the meals?
Well,
I know you don't. I mean,
we usually go 50-50.
That was good. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, and then
like if we making pasta, he'll make the Alfredo sauce and the noodles, and I make the chicken. Or we make.
I like that teamwork. That's good. I like that. Is he? Who's the messier of the two?
Nah, we're about the same.
About the same. Both neat or both messy?
It depends on who you ask.
Other than not doing the dishes when it's his turn, what's the thing that just bothers you and you can't get over in terms of just like what he's like as somebody to live with?
Like sometimes like we have like assigned things like where we put stuff inside the house like in terms of like the pantry, and he always moving stuff around like for no reason.
Just doesn't put stuff back where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
That would annoy me too.
Just making stuff up.
Just making stuff up. All right. Well, we're going to talk some football with Rondo Porter, I promise, but we're going to take a timeout, so we've got a few more minutes left in our final segment. We'll talk football with the birthday boy, Rondo Porter, as we continue with Mountaineer Talk from River Street Ale House. We're back after these messages.
App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
James River Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer dedicated to a full line of residential, commercial, agriculture, construction, and forestry products in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. With local locations in Wilkesboro, Newton, Statesville, and throughout the Carolinas and Virginia, James River Equipment is right around the corner and there for you. For more information, visit jamesriverequipment.com today.
Weathered by the storm, but still standing. These mountains make us who we are.
and Mountaineers are always up for the challenge on the gridiron and in the community. The Mass General Store is your connection for game day and giving back. So stop in for country gourmet tailgate foods and gear for all mountain seasons. With your support, the Mass Store is continuing to help mountain neighbors rebuild. Together, we are mountain strong. Learn more at massstore.com.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we believe that getting to know you is the best way to protect what you love most. We have friendly agents in every county to help you prepare for the unexpected. And when life doesn't go as planned, our award-winning claims team will be with you every step of the way. Find a local agent today at ncfbins.com. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk from River Street Ale House here in Boone. Got a few more minutes left in the program as we visit with Rondo Porter from the defensive line. All right, I want to get to some football questions here, and let's start with a text question at 828-278-9850. Rondo, which offensive lineman do you hate going up against in practice?
That I hate? Oh, Griffin Scroggs. He's huge.
Just is it the size or his technique? Or?
Technique and size.
He gives you the most trouble?
Yeah, Griffin Scroggs, yeah.
Okay. Sure. You ever play him in pickleball? I hear all the pickleball stories about him.
Nah, I never played him in pickleball.
Do you play pickleball at all?
Nah, I never played.
Okay, what do you do other than football? Anything that you enjoy doing off the field?
For the most part, just working out, watching football, watching sports.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like to go fishing too.
Fishing, okay, yeah. We've heard a lot of people talk about fishing, man. That's super. You found any good spots around here yet?
Nah, not yet. Griffin Scroggs was supposed to take me to a spot. We never ended up going over the summer.
All right, well, hopefully there'll be some time for that coming up. All right, let's see. Let's get to... All right, so yeah, if someone asks about what do you enjoy outside of football here in Boone, other than your brother, who are you spending a lot of your time with? Who are you close to on the team?
I actually have another brother on the team. Not actually, but Dylan Manuel. People always mix us up and call us twins. So
really?
Yeah, people tell me and him look more like than me and Ronnie. So I spend a lot of time with him too.
Well, you guys both know how to wreak havoc in the middle of yeah. All right, so how do you like Boone so far? You came here in the summer. The fall is beautiful here. How are you liking Boone so far?
I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. I just wish I would have been able to catch some fish over the summer. Instead of going to Columbia, I used to catch fish on Lake Murray.
Yeah, there'll be time for that. There'll be time for that. What was it? Tell us about some of your recruitment stories coming out of high school. You're from Columbia. You were at South Carolina before you came here, but what can you tell us about just your journey from high school that eventually brought you here to App State?
So actually, when I first came out of high school, I didn't really have any big offers. The only 4 routes I had were D2, and I actually went to school down the mountain at Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah,
and that was pretty cool. I visited here a couple of times. When I was at Lenoir-Rhyne, we used to come up here to have fun on the weekends and stuff. And so yeah. Pretty familiar.
I feel like I should ask you what you would do to come up here when you had a good time, but maybe we'll let that one go for just a minute. So you knew about App State then? Columbia's not that far away, but at Lenoir-Rhyne, you knew what App State was about at that time.
Yeah, and I took a visit here in high school, going into my junior year. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay. What do you like most about the position that you play? Because it can be kind of a thankless type of job. You've had some stats. You had we recall a big sack that you had against Oregon State right before the interception. But, it is a position where you don't necessarily rack up a lot of stats. But what do you like most about the position you play?
I like getting sacks. I like getting TFLs. I like just making plays, having fun. I like to hit people. That's probably the most important. My most fun thing about the position, I like to hit people.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. Any other positions that you played growing up?
Oh, yeah. My senior year in high school, I was the starting running back. After Ronnie left, I was starting running back.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to say 1,000. I had 900 yards, 10 touchdowns. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I had 10 touchdowns, 10 sacks.
Star running back, what averaging? I can't imagine you were that easy to bring down as a running back. How big were you as a running back in high school?
Probably about the same height. I was probably only 250.
Only. That's tough for a high school defender to bring down. Okay. What are you looking forward to most about Saturday as you guys try to bounce back?
What I'm looking forward to most is just like going out there to compete and go get a win.
Yeah, and well, we look forward to watching you fly around. And, man, thanks for spending some time with us. Appreciate it. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Rondo Porter joining us on the program. All right, that's going to do it for our show tonight. Our thanks to head coach Dowell Loggains. Our thanks to Jaden Barnes and to Rondo Porter for joining us tonight. Don't forget, noon kickoff on Saturday at Old Dominion. Our coverage begins breakfast with our broadcast. 10 a.m. will be our airtime. And even though there is no game next Saturday, we will still be back here next Wednesday night for another edition of Mountaineer Talk right here at Rivers Street Ale House. So we hope to see many of you in Norfolk. And if you're not there, turn the game on ESPNU. Tune us on beginning at 10 a.m. as we get you set for the Mountaineers and the Monarchs. Thank you all again for being here. Thank you for listening and watching wherever you happen to be, and hope you join us right back here again next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Have a great night, everybody.
You've been listening to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the App State Sports Network. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey, Mountaineers! Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. The proceeding is a presentation of the App State Sports Network.